This has been the scariest event, the most hype event in the ACFT. Chaos, chaos, chaos. What's going on YouTube? It's Lieutenant Cade, also known as Alvin the Director, and right now I am doing the ACFT series. So if you're new to this channel, in the past couple videos I've been talking about the Army Combat Fitness Test, which is the new PT test coming out. So we talked about the deadlift, and the standing power throw, then the hand release push-up. In the last video, we covered the sprint drag carry. And today's video is going to be talking about the leg tuck. Now, the leg tuck has been causing chaos, 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 chaos throughout the Army because people have been afraid of failing the event. This has been the scariest event, the most hype event in the ACFT. And I wanted to save this video for last just because of the magnitude of it and because it's the last event before the 2-mile run. Now, with the 2-mile run, I already did a video on that. I might cover it again in the ACFT series just to give you all some more pointers, but first we need to talk about this leg tuck. Now, what is the leg tuck? The leg tuck is a test of your core and lat strength. It's not really a complex movement, but it's a movement that's been giving people a lot of trouble. Now, they're great soldiers who perform well in the APFT, which was the last PT test, but on the ACFT, they've just been worried that they're going to end up failing the leg tuck. Now, right now, the standards are 1, 3, and 5. I did a 5, but I put up 4. 1, 3, and 5 for the standards of the leg tuck per your MOS. Now, with that being said, the actual test of record doesn't come out until March 2022. So right now, for the diagnostic, in order to pass, you only need to complete 1 leg tuck. But a lot of soldiers can't even get that 1 leg tuck, and we're going to talk about why. Now, behind me, I have the pull-up bar, which I just demonstrated the leg tuck on. And during the actual ACFT, there are poll requirements for the size of the pole that you can use. If I can find those dimensions, I don't know them in the top of my head. I will put those in the description below so you all will know the accurate size of the pull-up bar for the leg tuck. But you are going to start out in the dead hang position. Your feet cannot touch the ground at any time throughout the event. The only thing that is authorized is that if your toes like barely scrape the ground, as long as you're continuously moving and not using like the ground to kind of trampoline yourself up for a leg tuck, that still will be authorized. Whenever you start out, again, you'll be starting out in the dead hang position, and you'll come up, your elbows have to touch both thighs or knees at the same time, not one or the other, and then you have to fully extend back to a dead hang for that movement to count as a rep. Now, whenever you're in the bottom position, if you're a tall soldier, you can bend your knees at the bottom. That way your feet aren't just like kind of hanging and touching the ground. But so that is something that's authorized as well. And then again, your hand placement, it has to be no further than the grader's fist width apart. Now, most graders aren't actually going to put their hand up in between your hands, but for me, what I try to tell my soldiers to do is just practice in a way that there's not going to be any confusion on the actual ACFT. So I keep my hands together. That's the best way for me to practice. And then some way to kind of get better at leg tucks, if you can do a few of them but you want to improve, is a lot of my soldiers like to do a few leg tucks after PT every single day. They just run up to the pull-up bar, they knock out 2 or 3 leg tucks, and then they call it a day. So what do you do if you can't do a leg tuck? So the first thing I like to tell people to do is focus on your grip strength. Now, with grip strength, this is extremely important. I talked about this with the deadlift. I talked about this in the ACFT sprint drag carry, and it's extremely important with just being a better athlete. Now, with grip strength, there's several things that you can do to focus on grip strength. Water jug carries. Water jug carries are really good with just focusing on your forearms and that grip strength so that you're able to hang on the bar for a longer amount of time, as well as doing dead hangs on the bar. This is really simple. Have my soldiers hang on the bar for about 30 seconds in a dead hang, not moving at all, and that really focuses on your dead hang and your grip strength and your forearms. You're really going to feel that burn, especially after a good muscle failure day, right? If you can't hold on to the bar for 30 seconds, just do it for as long as you can. Pull-ups are extremely important in just developing those lats and being able to just pull yourself up. Being able to do pull-ups, that helps out a lot. I'm pretty decent at my pull-ups, and that's probably why I maxed out my leg tuck. But again, that's not a movement that a lot of people are able to do. Pull-ups are not easy. A lot of folks like to skip out on muscle failure days. They don't want to really do it. They don't want to engage their core, but your core is extremely important with overall fitness and just becoming a better athlete in general. Having a strong core is going to develop you overall as an athlete, and it's going to help you out in every single event in the ACFT. Every event requires a strong core. So just being able to plank and do flutter kicks and the Russian twist, a lot of core exercises are going to pay off whenever it comes time to your leg tuck. Now, as far as resources go, there are a lot of videos on the web that can really help out with maxing your leg tuck. I don't have all the answers to being able to develop yourself with the leg tuck from ground zero to being able to pass at 100%. However, you know, the tips that I like to use are what I listed so far. There are also resources on Facebook. So if you join the ACFT community page on Facebook, there are a lot of success stories from soldiers, especially women, who started out not being able to do any leg tucks, and now they're able to easily bust out 5, 10, or even 15. Some even maxing their leg tucks, and they haven't been able to do any leg tucks when the first diag rolled out for the ACFT. So there's just so many resources out there that you just can look at for women that are worried about the ACFT as well. There's also women groups on Facebook that you can join. I don't know the names of those. I'll ask some of my colleagues, so I can put that in the description below as well. I know that a lot of soldiers, not just women, are struggling with the leg tuck. However, I like to cater to the audience that I feel like is the most worried about the leg tuck, and right now those are usually the female soldiers, and I really want to emphasize on them being able to pass the ACFT. I have female soldiers in my platoon who weren't able to do any leg tucks when they first started, and now they're able to do leg tuck. Use your resources, use your tools. The leg tuck is not an event that should scare you too much. We have as of right now, December 2020, you have almost, or a little bit under a year and a half to be able to complete either 1, 3, or 5 leg tucks. So I'm hoping that you're using your resources and you're actually getting out there, you're practicing, so that whenever that test does roll out, you're able to pass it with flying colors. Again, like if you have any questions about the leg tucks, because again, I am able to max out my leg tucks. However, if you have any questions specifically on training tips that I do that might help you as well, leave those in the comments below. I want to hear from you all what you think. Also, let me know what you think about the ACFT series so far. I said earlier that I might not do the 2-mile run video, but I think I am going to just do it just to give you all some more content on being able to max out that 2-mile run at the very end of the ACFT. I'm just becoming a better runner overall. And again, this video series has been a lot of fun. Like, I love talking about Army fitness and just becoming a better soldier athlete, because when you're in the Army, again, you're a soldier athlete. I talk about it all the time. So again, the leg tuck is not an event that is supposed to scare you. I know it's been causing a lot of chaos and everything, but it is an event that you can pass. I promise you that. With that being said, I'm Alvin, the director, and I'm out.